Happy New Year, everyone. 2023. Got lots of new exciting things to talk about this year. And first off, we're having a new get together here. We call it Tea at 2 in the teacup. Have a little sip. So join the tea party. Come and visit with us, visit with me every first Thursday at 2 o'clock. And we'll talk about what's going on in the library, exciting things that are happening, things you want to know more about, or ideas or suggestions you might have. First thing I want to tell you is getting readjusted here after being out of town for the holidays has piles on my desk. And I want to start off with, in my piles, I've stacked things to tell you about today. I want to start off with Keeping It Real, The Hobbit. We're going to be celebrating the birthday of J.R.R. Tolkien. He is born on the 3rd of January, and he would have been 131 years old. So it's exciting to think back of all those years that he left so many exciting fantasy stories that we can read and talk about together. Somebody joining me today. Hey, Misty. Hey there. Can you hear me? I think she's getting settled in, and hopefully we'll be able to chat a little. Just talking today about Keeping It Real, our new program that starts this Saturday. Every first Saturday during the month, or during the year, every first Saturday of the month. Hey, good to see you. I'm talking about Keeping It Real and The Hobbit. Have you heard about this program?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, this is a new thing in a new year, but every first Saturday during the entire year of each month, the first Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Twin Rivers Cinema, we're going to be doing a feature film. And the film we're showing this Saturday is The Hobbit. It's free. It's open to anyone. The secret words to get you in the door is keeping it real. R-E-E-L, real. So come out and visit, bring your friends and family, and tell everyone else about that. We're watching The Hobbit in honor of Tolkien's birthday. He would have been 131 years old on January 3rd. So that's our chosen book and film. The film is Keeping It Real, and the book conversation to accompany the movie and the book talk will be in Trap Guild on the second Thursday. So every second Thursday we have a reading trap conversation at 6 o'clock in the branch library. Every first Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Two River Cinema, we'll have a film that goes along with what we're talking about. Is this your first time to come to my my tea talk? Used to be a coffee talk in the morning, and so this is my first time to have it in the afternoon. I was showing off my new little fancy teacup that I got for Christmas. It's so beautiful. So happy that you were able to chime in. Where are you from?
I am from Wilkes County. I actually am a media specialist at Wilkes Central High School. So I attended, I was able to attend one of your coffee talks, but my schedule's kind of a little all over the place. So
that's been a while back then. I'm sorry, I can't remember. Sorry. Well, I just want to, get together with folks on the internet who can't come in on normal regular schedule and so they can find out what's going on. Like I said, the Reading Trap and Keeping It Real is a book movie type program. And we're definitely we've got an eclectic lineup this year. So I'm already promoting what we're doing in February. This is the Berlin Diary by William Shire, and it's going from a fantasy film to a grim reality. This was about World War II, of course, and the years leading up to his escape from Berlin to the States. He's a journalist who had a firsthand account of things. So we'll be doing that in February. So I just want to give everybody heads up today so they can think about that and maybe come by and get the book if they want to read that as well. We have Food for Fine. That's this month. So if anybody has fines on their account, they want to pay them off, we're collecting canned foods, non-perishable food items, boxes, cans, and the such as that to distribute to those in need. And each can of food will take $1 off of your fines. If you want to contribute to anybody listening wants to help eliminate late fees and help feed the hungry, join us for that. Another thing about feeding, this is so exciting, and I'll have a lot more information for you on our coffee tea talk in February. We just received a grant to offer heritage cooking classes. So we're going to start those up towards the end of February, and there'll be a 6-week class on the taste of African heritage. So really excited about that. We've got a cooking demo cart and a community fridge that we're purchasing with the funding to help get food out into places where people need it, and to talk about food and the culture behind food and taste new things. So that's coming up too. I'm giving you previews. Is there anything that you heard about that you wanted to ask me on before I get to rambling a little bit further? Okay. Every Saturday, as I said, there's something fun going on here or at the branch. And of course, this Saturday at the theater. But we're going to begin meeting in the library every second Saturday for STEM Day, STEM Saturday with the children's department. They'll have some activities, and that'll be at 1:30, and then for elementary to preteen age group. Also out at the branch on Saturday the 14th, which is the second Saturday, they'll be having a family fun day. So come on down, and if you live in that area, Trap Hill, and visit the branch. A lot going on. The 21st, here in our building, in the local North Wilkesboro Library, we'll be doing a watercolor class. So if you'd like to find out more about watercoloring, we've got an amazing artist to share his techniques with us, and supplies are provided, but there are a limited number of seats available. So call in advance and get signed up if anybody's interested for it. And of course, every fourth Saturday in Trap Hill, we have jamming at the branch. So if you've got an instrument, or you're trying to learn to play guitar or fiddle or mandolin or anything, come on out to the branch, and we'll get together and help each other learn some new songs. That's a monthly program, and it's every fourth Saturday. I'm an amateur banjo picker, so I need some support from all of y'all that are out there to help me, and I'll show you things I know as well. But we'll have a good time, so it's fun. We do have, if you hadn't known this, we do have ukuleles that you can borrow from the library. You can check out a ukulele, and we just recently cataloged an electric guitar with an amp that was donated to us. So if you're interested in trying out the electric guitar, not sure which kind it is right now, but it's really nice. I call it the tuxedo guitar because it's black and white. It's really classy looking. So if you want to borrow the guitar and play around with that, you can come and borrow that. Check that out too with a library card. We recently acquired a lot of new activities that can be borrowed: skateboards, tennis rackets, something called ramp shot, some kind of new outdoor fun thing. So tell your students at the library there in Wilkes Central, there's more than just books over here. We've got all kinds of fun things that you can borrow. We are going to start community wellness programs, and we've already actually started one that will be taking place on the first Thursday of every Thursday, for the next 8 weeks here in the library through the cooperative extension. It's called Take Control. It's a fitness and nutrition type program. It's a 1-hour session. Sample some recipes. Find out what you can do to help reduce the threats of chronic disease. It's chronic disease prevention, but everybody wants to be healthy. So our emphasis on wellness in the first quarter is physical wellness and financial wellness. We're really going to dive into financial wellness in March. with these cooking classes, and we're looking forward to having some other types of health classes coming in the next few weeks. So keep an eye on the news for that. We do have a library blog post that goes up, you can follow that on our Facebook feed or find it on our website. That will give you all kinds of good details there. Don't want to leave out any important things. There are some computer classes starting up. I just got the flyers on those today. This is through the community college, starting on Mondays and Wednesdays. And the beginners classes are in the afternoon from 12 to 3. If you're an intermediate computer user, the classes are in the mornings from 8:30 to 11:30, which I know those are school hours for your students, but it's every Monday and Wednesday. And we're going to be closed on Monday the 16th. I would think that's right, for Martin Luther King Day. Probably you're closed as well, so. But come and join us whenever you can. We're excited about all the new things to come up. You can come by and pick up a brochure that tells a little bit about the wellness programs, and this is the selections of good reads for the entire year with the reading track. And this is, again, complement the books. We'll be doing films. We'll be keeping it real at the theater. So I know you can't really see that very easily there, but stop by and pick up some discussion guides and save the date. All kinds of neat things, as I said, that we're looking forward to having in the new year. Are y'all been busy there, gearing up for lots of things?
We have, especially since we just got back and, all the whole new year. So we're trying to get settled back into normalcy and then jump on to a lot of programming.
Definitely. I know what you mean. So, haven't you got any questions or any thoughts that you might have?
Well, actually, I was talking to there's a little bit of a lag, sorry. I was talking to kids about the fact that you have a lot of things available besides just books. They're discovering, even though it's been made known, they're discovering that I have more things than just books available. And so we were talking about how you have games and you used to have fishing rods and some athletic equipment and some things like that. So would it be maybe one of those things that I could do a Zoom with you with some of my classes just so you can promote some other things besides books for them?
Definitely. I did that once before with a class over some of the students over at Mountain View Elementary over in Trapville. Yeah, that would be great. We'll have to email and set up a time for it. That sounds good. Other fun things that you might not know, or was already thinking ahead of spring coming around the corner here. We're in January, but I'm just thinking ahead for the spring and summer. But if you guys are interested in growing things, we have a seed library that you can borrow seeds from us to plant. I know one year with my students, I used to teach too before I was a librarian, and we actually grew cotton in coffee cans when we were reading Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry as a class assignment book, and that was really interesting to see the cotton balls. But I don't know if we have cotton seed, but we have all kinds of seed here. Y'all want to grow anything, or the kids want to try to grow some things this spring, and we have a lot of puzzles, like 1,500 piece puzzles that community puzzle people have donated. Once you get your puzzle done, you're done with it. You don't save it. You want to share it with the community, just bring it to the library and swap it out. We've got quite a few puzzles that are just available for takeout and have a fun night. Want one or two for your library, you're welcome to have a few.
Awesome. They love puzzles here, and ours are getting old.
I know, they're fun. We have plenty of new ones, so come get you some fresh puzzles for your students out there. And I'd love to Zoom with them, and anytime that anybody is interested in coming over here for a tour, We can give you a walk around and show you some things too.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah. So just do you know how to get a hold of me? My email. I'm going to share that with all of you too. So if there's anyone listening to this recording later, they can also contact me if they have some questions or thoughts. It's very easy. My name is Suzanne Moore, so it's S Moore. It's SMOORE at arlibrary.org.
Okay.
We also have been, as I've been mentioning this for previous months, working on the first edition of the Wilkes County Veterans History Project, and it's in publication. It turned out so nice and more pages than we thought we'd get on the first year out there, that it's taken a little longer to get the print copies back in hand, but I just talked to the publishers and they will be here in the next couple of weeks at the most. So, we want to showcase that and we want to continue that work. We've got a digital archive that we collect veteran stories on our website, and it's never an end to collecting those stories. So if there are any students looking for some volunteer hours and want to help us with that, we can give them some projects to digitize or transcribe interviews or scan photos, or, if anybody has a family story to share, we'd love to include that in our work. When we Zoom, I can pull up and share the screen and show you guys where that archive is on our website. I mean, I can show you now too, but I don't know how busy or how much time you have.
That's fine for me. I have about 30 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to give you a quick look where to find this on the web page then. Let's see. Hang on, I don't have it loaded, so let me pull it up and I'll get it to you. The archive is located on the front of our website, and it stays up all the time and things are added to it all the time. So, okay, so let's go to share a screen. Hope I'm looking at the right one here. Okay, here we go. You see our website?
Mm-hmm.
And here at the bottom is our history project. This is a portal where you can go and look at all the stories. They're organized by branch and they're organized by campaign. And they're also located under the veterans, just alphabetically, and you can see them all popping up here. And you can click on any one of their stories. Here's one of our favorite World War II veteran stories, and you can read about what they did and also take a look at some of their pictures. It's really neat. So I don't know, could you see all of those things that I was showing?
I also have it pulled up. That would be phenomenal for our JROTC cadets and classes. Mm-hmm. So I will definitely share this information with Colonel, and they may decide to try to reach out for some more information or possibly some type of interaction.
Yes, I was actually talking with our adult service librarian, and we were planning to come and reach out to you guys as well to find out if the ROTC students want to do this as a service learning project. It's a community engagement type project. We've had some several teen volunteers and student intern workers that helped us get Volume 1 put together. What we do is the archive is continually added to, but every year we work with a publishing company to put together a print edition. And like I said, the print edition has been a little delayed because this year we were surprised we ended up with so many stories, and it made an increase in the cost, which is grant funded, luckily, but we asked for some support from our towns and different groups, the Friends and the Historical Society, to help offset some of the extra expense, because it turned out that the book was bigger than we thought it would be, and it was exciting. There's so many good stories to share. So what the money does with the published copies is provide print editions for each of our school libraries. So we'll be bringing some over there for you all. And also to give to the senior homes, assisted livings. A lot of the folks in assisted livings were service men and women, and just to thank them for their service and share the stories for them to read about. And we also give each participant complimentary copies to share with their family members. So any of the students that want to contribute some work or help us preserve some work, they can get in on that and get recognition for it. And it's a great project. It's good for your high school resume to put something like that together with the library and the community, and something really that's a long-lasting benefit to help educate and let folks understand about all the sacrifices that was made for our freedom. So really, really neat. And I'm excited to share that. So I'm just chomping at the bit to get the print copies in my hand. So as soon as I do, I'll be bringing them by the school, and you'll let them know I'm coming, and I'll come and meet with you too, and see what they think. We did the project was kind of modeled after the Library of Congress's local veteran history project. We just did it more on a local level with ties to our county. A lot of the veterans live here, maybe were raised here and lived here all their life, but some of them are transplants that moved in later years, and some of them have a tie to the county through family members. So it's kind of neat to have a variety of stories. We've got all sorts of stories. I'm actually heading out tonight to a meeting of the Sons of Confederate Veterans to share some of this work with them. So we have everything represented, like from the Civil War to the Enduring Freedom campaigns, and all different branches. And unfortunately, we didn't find any Coast Guard stories here in the mountains, but I just recruited a Coast Guard vet for this year. So 2023, the next edition, we'll have some Coast Guard in there. It's a big deal here, so I'm happy to share that too.
Well, and just a side note, we are getting ready to change to our next semester in high school. So we have about another 2 to 3 weeks. So our seniors and our juniors are going to be looking for graduation projects that they have to work on their junior year and senior year. So if you don't mind, I may share your contact information with some of our English departments, because they may want you to pop in and just share maybe this project and possibilities. And some of them may want to move that direction, especially if they're already lost on what they want to do for their senior and graduation projects. And it might be a perfect opportunity for you guys and them.
It is. It's a win-win. We did this in Ashe County before I moved to Wilkesboro. I did this with the library there for 4 years, and a lot of the students helped out, the JRTC students, of course, in the history classes, because it's a history project. Even recruited some teens from church youth groups. They were interviewing the congregational veterans and some homeschoolers, and it's an opportunity for all ages to get to work together and learn from each other, and especially for the younger ones to learn from the older, the veterans themselves. So I would be glad to come and talk with them and do Zooms and share that with them. And 2 or 3 weeks is perfect timing, because by that time I definitely will have the print editions ready to share. The archives is always there, and it's always added too, but it's really neat to see the print edition. And it's really neat when you're a participant in the project to have your name acknowledged in the print edition. So that would be fun for them to have a keepsake for their hard work. Of course, if they know someone in their family, like a father, grandfather, uncle, brother, or someone that has served, even I'm just saying the men, but there's female veterans as well. So any veterans in the family that they want to talk to and personally share some of the experiences that way. Some people like to do their own families, but we have plenty. We meet up at the Veterans Coffee Call at the VFW every second Tuesday morning of the month, and that's where a lot of our stories come from, but there's no end to stories. I'm so glad you could join me. Is there any other things that you can think of that we haven't talked about?
I think that's it on my end. I was just more popping in for curiosity's sake and glad I actually had the opportunity to.
Yay! I know. I had the early meetings last year. I started doing the 9 o'clock coffees, and then I said, why don't I change it up to the tea at 2 and see if we get some afternoon visits. And a lot of times I'll maybe have 1 or 2 people coming and going. But a lot of times it's just me talking to the screen, and then the screen is recorded and shared through social media. So this will go out that way, and if you don't care, you'll be on part of my talk. But definitely, and anyway, we'll meet again here every month, first Thursday at 2. And any other times that you want to schedule some extra meetings, I'll be glad to come in Zoom with y'all or visit with y'all.
That sounds wonderful, and I definitely will be reaching out maybe in a couple weeks.
That sounds good. I look forward to hearing more from you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Take care. You're welcome. Y'all take care. Have a good day.